Good morning, those out there in the World Wide Web. This is your boy Amir Shakur speaks, and hey, listen, I wanted to welcome you to the Amir Shakur Speaks show, and the sun is up, and the doors are open, and we welcome a space for elevation, education, and decent and truthful conversation, I should say. We're driving today into a deep dive, and we're talking a little bit about the honeymoon of the mega honeymoon is over with today, and whatever else you want to talk about that matters in your world. But you listen to the Amir Shakur Speaks show first of all, and let's get into it. So, broadcasting live from Studio 1B. ASB Studios, right? Chicago. And this morning on Friday, April 10th, powered by the Amir Shakur Speaks News, right? So great things are going on with the platform, and I just wanted to let you guys know we just started the international version of Amir Shakur Speaks, and we just reached, I should say, and when I say I meant the team and the supporters and folks like you guys who are out there in the World Wide Web, and we've reached over 100,000 views. 100,000 views, and yes, we're moving on the move. Wow. Oh yeah, you asked about the shades. Sorry about the shades. Let me just say that I'm not trying to look cool. Got an eye infection, so in order for you guys not to look at something super ugly, besides his handsome face, not the shades, the eye. I had to shade it up, so forgive me. And today I can say more than any other day, and more so strongly, we're redefining what it means to lead in your community. So we'll take it seriously. I'm normally a cool dude anyway, so you guys can deal with it. Right. So no filters, just the uncut truth, and you're rocking with the sharpest mind in morning internet, morning media, whatever you want to apply it, but it's the sharpest mind, right? Amir Shakur Speaks. Let's get into it. Oh, by the way, if you haven't, please like, follow, and subscribe. Today we're looking at the headlines you missed while you were asleep. So let's go. All right. So guess what, y'all? For those who even care, the honeymoon is over. The honeymoon is over, right? President Trump calls Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones low IQ people. Wow. These are not that it even matters anymore. I think a lot of folks have a Trump derangement overkill syndrome now. Look, I made it. We made a new one, Trump derangement overkill syndrome, and we're starting to see the current friction between the President Trump and his high-profile Republican influencers, and it's evolved into somewhat like a mega civil war. This rift is primarily centered on the administration's foreign policies, specifically the conflict with Iran, which many populist influencers view as a betrayal of Trump's American First isolationist campaign promise, right? You remember the promise where he said that, we're not getting into foreign wars and domestic conflicts and so on and so forth. Well, I guess that went out the door probably since the beginning of his term, but with several figures, Trump's little inner circle is slowly diminishing, and these guys were instrumental in putting him in the White House, I can honestly say, but now they're openly critical. It's a back and forth between all of them. So yeah, definitely wanna just break it down a little bit for you. And like I said, before we go into the video, if you haven't, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'd like to welcome all of my VIPs in the morning. How you doing, VIPs? Good morning. And let's see who else we got with us. Oh, look at that. The legends, the Ramonas, the Beths. Hey, you guys are legends. I love you guys. So good morning to the viewers in Canada and the UK. And thank you, Al Jazeera, for, accepting me on your media platforms. Hey, you know what? Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it, right? And good morning. And like Ramona said, like, share, and subscribe. And your voice matters. So follow your voice and your opinion with respect. Respect, RESPCT. Find out what that means to me, right? Let's go back to the current conflict, the global conflict that's going on. It's not the conflict that we thought. It's not the Iran conflict. This is the conflict with the mega influencers. And y'all, it's becoming quite the quagmire, right? To say the least. What do you guys think? And I think that there's a lot going on in this news cycle. And so we will share it. But I mean, I'm totally I think that it's never ending with this particular administration, and I think that it has to end sooner or later, somehow, some way. And we're not we are not, with a lack of news stories and current events to talk about when it comes to President Donald J. Trump. So it's amazing. It never ends. Anyway, if you're just joining us, Trump has been in conflict with several of his key figures who were instrumental in his 2024 victory and who are now openly critical. And if we can pull up the video of it, there it is. And this is the MSN Tucker, the Joe. Morning Joe. Look, Morning Joe, I'm sorry. I'm getting you mixed up with Tucker Carlson, maybe because my eyes are messed up. But anyway, here we go. Let's listen and see what's going on here. And take a listen.
A few hours after those comments, the president went on what media described as a Truth Social posting bender. Alex Corson, or EP, said it was like War and Peace without the peace. It was very long, which began with the president lashing out at right-wing podcasters who had criticized him this week over threats to wipe out the Iranian civilization. In a 485-word post, the president went after Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owen, and Alex Jones. The president called them low IQ, nut jobs, and troublemakers. He also called them losers who were just trying to latch onto MAGA for publicity. And the social media rant comes after both Owens and Jones called for the 25th Amendment to be invoked. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who also called for the 25th Amendment to be invoked, defended those podcasters on social media, writing that they all helped to get the president elected and adding that they didn't change. He did.
All right, so let's bring in senior writer at The Dispatch and a columnist at Bloomberg Opinion, David Drucker. David, we've heard, I think from the far right, there's a call for the 25th Amendment. Some Democrats as well have been messaging that. Also with us, we have Politics Bureau Chief, or maybe we don't because it just went away. It looks like J Mart might be. We have J Mart on the road.
J Mart is on the road. And you know, Drucker, when J Mart's on the road, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
There he is.
He's got fireworks going on there.
It is a fire alarm.
Are you okay there?
Well, I think he's actually it's a late night disco ball. He takes it around with him wherever he goes. So, J Mart, we'll go back to you in 1 second. He's got Casey and the Sunshine Band going on behind him. We'll get back to him in 1 second. David Drucker, we do talk an awful lot about the fact that you've got to look at the MAGA base and you got to look at these podcasters. I've got to say that with podcasters that have millions and millions of followers, and most of them voted for Donald Trump. I'd say especially Megyn Kelly's continued
forceful and spot on,
compelling concerns about what the president has done regarding Iran, especially the threats. I'm wondering if you're starting to hear any concern from Republicans, if we're still where we were a couple of weeks ago, where you have the right-wing podcasters and then you've got everybody else in MAGA world. Where are you right now, now that this seems to have a certain crescendo quality to it?
Yeah, a lot to unpack there, Joe. And by the way, I thought the technical difficulties with J Mart was that he was at some breakfast joint. I really find out what he was eating. Look, yeah. I think I think that what's very interesting about the president's tirade, and of course, how many times has he gone on one of these benders, is that it's all personal, right? He didn't criticize Owens or Tucker Carlson or Megyn Kelly for stoking anti-Semitism, for being anti-Semitic in Owens' case for sure. It's all because they're angry at him. It's all because they're criticizing him. He's brought figures like this along with him, and he's accommodated their sometimes very outlandish, wacky views, and never said that it wasn't welcome within the party. But when they turn on him, now they're idiots who are not welcome in the party. And I think that's a real important distinction to make. And then you're dealing with the podcasters and their content, which in many cases has been anti-Semitic, has been conspiratorial, but they clearly do speak for a subset of voters who supported the president because they didn't think that he would get the U.S. involved in a conflict like this in the Middle East. And so then we look at the politics of this and we wonder, after a month plus, right, we're just about to close out week 6. Have things begun to change at all politically? And I don't think that things have really changed politically vis-a-vis support for the war among Republican voters, right? I still think the president has the broad support.
So, that being said, if you guys are just joining us, we are roughly talking about the mega civil war that has begun with President Trump and his pundits, be it Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, Alex Jones, and some of the folks who are roughly responsible for helping him get in office. The president calls Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones low IQ people. And he said a lot more than that. So, yeah, what do you think? Which a lot of us have. Trump recently labeled the hand-failing fool, suggesting that he needs a psychiatrist, right? Dig that. Trump is suggesting somebody else needs a psychiatrist. Okay. And before we go any further, let's get your opinions on what it is, right? Wow, Tucker Carlson is now criticizing the president. Oh, yeah. Candace Owens has been controversial. Right. She has largely. And that's been quite the, we could honestly say that the honeymoon is now over with, guys, and sorry about that, but it's done. It's slowly ending. And not only is it over with a lot of his IQ, low IQ, leave it to the quote that he said, and he describes them. I didn't say that he did. The low IQ influencers that have been following him, but let's talk about President Trump's approval ratings, which have tanked, and he's now considered one of the worst presidents in U.S. history. And, that's going to be a hard act for any president in the near foreseeable future to follow. And what do you guys think? What's your thoughts? Mr. Trump calls Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones his Get Fresh crew. Low IQ people. They were once the talks of the towns and his political darlings, and it's over with. The honeymoon is over with. And Joe Rogan stated on his political podcast that many supporters feel betrayed because Trump campaigned on ending senseless wars, but has transitioned into a defined conflict with Iran. And Megyn Kelly herself, one of his greatest darlings, besides Tucker, following the profane critique of President Trump's behavior on her broadcast, which he did, Trump dismissed her as a stupid person looking for a cheap publicity. And both Candace Owens and Alex Jones have been targeted by the president recently on social media posts, with Trump calling them nut jobs, troublemakers whose views are opposite of MAGA. So one of the major issues that folks are dealing with is the Iran war, and seen as the departure from, people are looking at this, and we're receiving jet lag already, not just from major federal cutbacks from the Trump administration, not just from the post Elon Musk Doge era problems, but we're seeing a lot of different issues that are coming out of this White House. And I think we have Trump derangement fatigue syndrome at best. And, I just made that up, but it sounds right. So we'll keep it. We'll post it. And, I'm cautiously optimistic, but we are with the understanding that it's over with. The honeymoon is over with, right? So the other thing is, that we want to talk about is, the Iran war and the departure from non-interventionism to this forever war peace that a lot of folks, human rights activists, advocates around the world, political pundits, and experts are saying is, it's an unnecessary escalation. I believe the same. And, we got to get out of these foreign wars that do it no good. Loyalty should be to the United States of America. And, if we're talking about infrastructure building and domestic building, building with foreign wars is just a bad look, and it's a bad way to do it. And it's a bad way to wage policy influence. So, this Project 2025 agenda, Trump said that he was distancing himself from outside groups and asserting that he only defines the movement, the political fallout that he's received is working against everything that even he has believed with this MAGA. It's anti-MAGA, and I never thought that Trump would be becoming anti-MAGA. Hey, maybe he's becoming a Democrat. I don't know, but for me, it's you choose your side, pick your poison type thing, and I believe in leadership, and I think we use that word too sparingly. Marjorie Taylor Greene is another one who's been criticizing the president's handling of recent crisis. And there's a definite image crisis in the White House. So if you're just joining us, President Trump's mega love affair with some of his pundits is literally over with. And why is it news? Why is it newsworthy? Well, these are the folks who put Trump in the White House, and the issues have been, like we said, the Iran war, seen as a departure from the non-traditional intervention. They're saying this is a forever war and we should have not gotten into it, right? So, a lot of other issues are coming about, like an image crisis. President Trump has started an alternative media ecosystem, and maybe if there's a picture that we can pull up, I think we probably can, to strike contrast. This alternative media ecosystem that Mr. Trump is rarely talking, no, not rarely, generally has placed in minds of American citizens, is that he's putting his name over everything, and then he's removing statues and then doing this from the point of Trump's name has to be everywhere. The current project with the White House, the Ballroom Project, which tore down the East Wing, is now being stopped by a federal judge. So Trump's wars is definitely ending, and Trump's legacy, I think, is really coming to a serious crisis level. Like, say, for instance, the removal of slavery figures and exhibits from all national parks, which is another image crisis. Not only that, but, the situation, a lot of folks wondering, like, what will this man do next? What will this man do next? So if you're just joining us, what we're talking about is the Trump mega civil war that's currently beginning. And not only is it a mega civil war, it's a war that's it's a war that started with just the American public, with Trump's approval rating taking through the roof. What do you guys think? Let's get some feedback. Trump is not capable of making sound decisions. This proof is because he undermines anyone who he disagrees with him in the stupid administration's poor leadership, right? And just remember, just to raise that point, his last administration, every last one of them is, not even a advocate, but they advocate against Donald Trump slowly but surely. So, it'll be interesting to see how this one ends up. And I am cautiously optimistic that it won't end up too well for Mr. Trump. All right. So, we're at a crossroads. I just want to put out a small editorial. We are at a crossroads when it comes to the way that Americans are viewing our interests, both around the world and domestically, right? So there's a fatigue with not only just political parties, but there seems to be a fatigue with militarism, and these foreign wars won't get it for this president. When people don't even have jobs now, people are trying to survive, and they're being hit hard with let's not forget the ceasefire, which is not even existent anymore. It lasted for about 2 hours, but it's the war is back in place now. I don't know if you know that, but we'll watch it over the weekend and we'll talk a little bit about that. So what do you guys think? What comments do you have? And I want you to think about that, and we'll go to the comment board. In the meantime, watch for Amir Shakur Speaks. Our organization, our structures moving forward. We have coming up in July the Global Influencer Lifestyle magazine, and it's the first issue is about Chicago, my kind of town, Chicago, right? And we are addressing what's going on in the Chi, and it's definitely my kind of influencer city, right? So and then we're talking about style and everything else, and I'm welcoming it. So that starts in believe July, and you look out for the date of the Global Influencer magazine. It'll be online and with limited print as well. All right. So Amir Shakur Speaks Morning Show. We are bringing you guys the best of, we can bring you guys the best of urban multimedia. So I want you guys to continue paying attention to the headlines and what's going on around the country. And if you're just joining us, we're talking about President Donald Trump's calls for Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, and Candace Owens and Alex Jones. He's calling them low IQ people, and he wants them largely dismissed. So, what do you guys think? Let's see what you got to say. Trump is not capable of making sound decisions at this point because he undermines anyone who disagrees with him and his stupid administration's poor leadership. Yeah, I think we read that, but yeah, that was a good point again. The country is not going to bow down to Trump, his administration. He's not God. Congratulations. Oh, thank you. And I feel like it's a victory for us. I feel like it's a victory for our community of friends and supporters that we're growing. And, if you guys want to get the word out, or if you guys want to share and any of this, go to Amir Shakur Speaks at gmail.com. If you have a story that you want to post, feel free to post. Send me an email, and I will definitely share whatever you got. And definitely do that proudly. So remember, that's Amir Shakur Speaks at gmail.com. We're gonna put it in the banner downstairs, and there we go. So there you are, and that's what it is. So if you're just joining for the next few minutes, we're talking about the mega war that's beginning. And not only is it a mega war, but there is a ongoing war with, it's a war with just America. A lot of citizens are growing dissatisfied. So, where do we go from here? It should be interesting. And, it isn't just about, political issues. It's about the dignity of America around the world. I think that that's very important. To whereas, the new world order is we're seeing. Let's see if we can pull up how the dollar is even diminishing versus the international currency, which is being set up called BRICS. Have you guys heard of that? Do you know about that? Have you seen it? Well, let me show you what it looks like, okay? And while we're waiting on that, if you're just joining, we are here and we're talking about the mega civil war that's going on. And when we say mega civil war, it's not literally a civil war, but it's the diminishment of Trump's inner circle, and you can see it. And this is the dollar versus the BRICS, and BRICS is becoming the most powerful currency around the world, and it was being substituted for the dollar in a lot of different communities, like in the Caribbean. Some of the countries that are adjacent to the Caribbean are using this currency, and it was set up by China and Russia, and it's in competition with the dollar now. So, again, we're seeing the change of the new world order, and I'd definitely like to know what you think. This alternative ecosystem that's helped build a lot of different structures, a lot of the world as of lately. Even the MAGA world is even changing, and it's because of a lot of mistakes. Many onlookers and specialists believe that this Trump base remains loyal but split, and they are the architects of their own drama. They are the architects of a lot of power clashes, and we're seeing it affect the American public because this administration and the GOP has largely been under the thumb of Donald Trump, and Trump has remained true to his form and doing whatever he wants to do, considering the fact that the Iran war is just it's the ceasefire that was mentioned is no longer the ceasefire. Gas prices are surging back up again. There was a ceasefire, but it lasted for less than a day, I believe. So, anyway. So next week we'll have a lot of features that you guys can check out. New features, new additions. We got the economic report, the urban economics. That's UE. From a financial standpoint. International, so we're going to be putting that piece together, and I just wanted to show you guys. And it's not my news, but it's just kind of like what's named after me, but it is ASN News. It's a brand, right? Nonetheless. And we'll be right back here on Monday morning with the regular Amir Shakur Speaks morning show. So feel free to check us out. If you haven't gone on to the channel, Amir Shakur Speaks broadcasting channel, come on in and just say hello. Join me and my VIPs, my ladies, and everyone else. And we would love to have you guys. Thank you, Amir, for all that you do and your support in Harvey. Yeah, that's an ongoing, it's an ongoing labor of love, but I think we're changing the tide out there just from the standpoint of, we'll get into that later on, but shout out to my peeps in Harvey. And, we want to go ahead and let you know that we're rolling with you and we're rocking with you. And, the fight is still ongoing. So there it is, y'all. Listen, if you're, I just wanted to leave on these notes. Now, the world is moving forward, and the world keeps ticking, and time keeps turning. And people, I thought I knew it all, but I'm still learning, right? Okay, you can quote me on that. But we gotta keep striving. We gotta keep building, and we want to thank you for sharing your morning and energy with us. I want to thank you for sharing your energy with me personally. And as you continue on, just remember, we got to stay focused and we got to stay blessed in this ever growing and crazy news cycle. It doesn't seem to be slowing down, and we would hope that things change. Oh, we love you. Hey, listen, I appreciate you. Okay. And much love and respect to you too, Ramona. So thank y'all again. And thank you for being a part of my world. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please do it. Listen, we're growing. Al Jazeera, we just got picked up. And look out for the Chicago Urban Daily and Bond, which is Black America World News, that will be coming up as of next week. You'll see the Chicago Urban Daily articles over the weekend, and we're growing a media institution. So we'll talk a little bit about that later on. But listen, y'all be cool. Have a great weekend, and I'll see y'all back again. Same. I want to say same bad time. 9 a.m. Monday. Peace.